Boy, I don't know if I keep talking myself into this or what, but I am stoked about this game, and I don't really know why. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why. I don't have 10 toes down on why. And I think it's just because it's old school Big Ten style football.
At least that's what you hope.
That's what I'm hoping. Did I ever tell you that I kind of root for Iowa?
Loosely.
Have I ever told you this story? Well, I used to eat pizza and drink at Old Tom's Pizza on Lombard.
You pass through.
My Iowa buddies, and so I've always got a little. Look, I hate the Big Ten. I'm sure you grew up this way too as an SC guy.
Sure.
Look, the Big Ten can rot in hell for all I care.
Weirdly enough, I always liked Michigan and Iowa.
Michigan and Iowa were your teams.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa Hawkeye fans, absolutely delightful.
Absolutely delightful.
There's a sports bar when I go up to Kraken games with my boys. We stop there, Buckley's.
Buckley in Seattle?
Like 2 blocks from Climate Pledge.
Owned by Ryan.
Oh, I've probably been there. I know that little area with like a bunch of different spots.
Yeah, it's right there on the corner as you go up the hill, and TVs, and they got flags and pennants, and it's an old school
I know exactly what you're talking
bar.
about. Yeah.
They are an official Iowa alumni viewing thing.
Oh,
so
no
if
kidding.
we're there for a Saturday game, which oftentimes we are, there's 25 of them in there. And there are some former band members that bring the saxophone and a snare drum and other things. And when they score, it's tight quarters. So I don't think the sousaphone is appreciated. The saxophone, yeah, they can get away with that. But when they score, they start playing the fight song.
That's pretty dope.
Shout out Iowa fans everywhere.
Look, man, I when I was stationed in North Dakota, I had a bunch of buddies because there's military installations right in that general area. You've got Offutt, which is in Nebraska, right across the river, but you've got Grand Forks in North Dakota. You've got Wright Pat in Ohio, and so these guys that want to be there, they get these duty stations because nobody wants to be there. And they're all of them are like everyone from Iowa. We used to have somebody here who has a daughter at Iowa State, so she may begrudge this. But if you're from Iowa, you were a Hawkeye
for sure.
Don't be wrong. There's some Cyclones, and I've never met a bad Cyclone. Shout out Blazers president Dwayne Hankins. He's an Iowa State alum. But if you're from Iowa, man, you were a Hawkeye through and through. Yeah,
I always just hated the Big Ten growing up as a Wazoo kid.
But there's something about them because I've gotten irritated with USC with how they have stuck just so staunchly to tradition. Like they won't change anything. Like people got up in arms when they changed the collar on their jerseys 4 years ago.
You have famously called for a blackout
at
the Coliseum.
Run a freaking black kit, man. Just switch it up, do a little something. But Iowa just doesn't do anything different. There's something about the yellow and black. It's like the Steelers. It's like the Penguins. It feels. I know those are in Pittsburgh, but it just feels so Iowa. It feels so traditional. And the silhouette of the Hawkeye is a banger of a logo.
It is a great logo. Coming into this game, the Oregon Ducks have Iowa, Minnesota, SC, and Washington and the rest of their schedule. The remaining teams on Oregon's schedule have a combined record of 24-9, and 4 of those losses are to top 10 opponents.
Yep.
So it kind of leading off of our conversation yesterday about the college football playoff and why, and I heard Lanning's comments about, we just go take care of business, which is the most Lanning answer of all time. Just go take care of business and nobody cares. This will be the true test. I can understand, I was a little maybe harsh on the Ducks yesterday in the sense of I think 9 is totally fine. I think their strength of schedule has been questionable.
Yes.
I do agree with the Josh Pate statement that you told me about yesterday that he feels that you should still live in that bubble and that Penn State win is a big win unless you're going to admit that you were wrong.
Yeah.
But if we're going to live in today's world where clearly they don't think that Penn State game was valid, Iowa is the start of your schedule. And I think if you do go through Iowa, Minnesota, USC, and Washington unscathed, you without a doubt deserve to be in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. If they have one loss, they'll absolutely be there, and they'll be higher than 9. They will.
Without a doubt.
Will be.
I think if they can run through this gauntlet because it is so tough. And another crazy thing about this gauntlet, they all play football differently.
Very differently.
Very differently because Maiyava is going to throw the ball over the top to some of the best wide receivers in the nation. Washington, you're going to have to deal with that big ass boy in the running back game,
Coleman, yep.
and Damon, he can run. Small guy, run fast. And Minnesota, I'm not really worried about that too much.
Row the boats, baby. PG Fleck.
But and then Iowa's punch you in the mouth. So if anything, this gauntlet could look like oh boy, I'm scared, but this remaining games on their schedule could set them up for the playoff quite nicely. If they win all these games, they will have seen kind of all styles. They got punched in the face.
Yep.
They won in a crazy environment. Say you got to go on the road to Tortilla Land.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in a crazy environment, got a W, got punched in the mouth by maybe the best team in the nation, and then you played smash mouth football, rode the boat, DBs galore because you need them against the best wide receivers in the nation, and then a Washington team that's going to hit you and running quarterback.
It's really interesting because the way that I've talked about Oregon over the last 4 or 5 weeks is I'm not sure that they can play a style of football that isn't their brand of football. And I think
you've been on this. I think it's an interesting conversation.
They look uncomfortable unless they're out front playing how they want to play. They don't seem to be the most readily adaptable team in the country. And now most teams aren't. That's just like you can just find a way. But if you play these 4 games against these teams that are so different, and you find a way to win, you kind of much take all the wind out of that sail.
I think so. And honestly, this is the win for me. If you go into Iowa and have to play their quote unquote crappy style of football and you get a W, man, oh boy, I'd feel so much better.
Oh no, if they go in there and they can play ugly and look good playing ugly, because they didn't look good playing ugly against Wisconsin.
Sure didn't.
They looked like they didn't want to be a part of it.
They kind of didn't look good playing ugly against Wisconsin either. That was an ugly game.
Wisconsin or, as I said, Wisconsin or Penn
sorry,
State.
I thought you said Indiana. My apologies.
No, Indiana, I think they tried to play their style, and Indiana said no.
Yeah.
But Wisconsin, that was an ugly game, and they didn't look comfortable playing it.
Mm-mm.
And that's what I want to see out of Oregon this week is, like I said, I picked Iowa because I don't think Oregon's comfortable playing that is comfortable being good ugly.
I know. I still don't know where I am.
They have the personnel to.
100%.
But
they have the talent without a doubt.
But
I
can
think
they
have
do
the
it?
Coaching as well. Yep. It's just, adapting to Big Ten life is
all very different.
It's very, very different in the Big Ten. I miss the Pac-12. At least you guys play like Pac-12 still.
We're still definitely Pac-12 adjacent.
Yeah. Throw the ball. Wide receivers for days.
Super explosive.
Yeah. Scoring 35, 40 points a game.
It's fun.
Sitting under a tree with your fish sandwich and your fat girlfriend sipping on some lemonade. God, those were the days.